After going from this to this, raising the roof of our turret to its new height, today glass blocks go in and the 700 hand-cut tiles go on, giving our watermill the magical look that we had always hoped for. But not everything goes as expected. More on that at the end. Can't wait to see it done. Wow. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new around here, we're Brittany and Drew, two hopeful adventurers who got married and after 8 years of van life, found our dream property and moved across the globe to Portugal, where we're now documenting the journey of transforming this historic watermill into our very first home, not on wheels. Now, let's take in a deep breath and let it out. Let the adventure begin. Big day of transformations here at the mill. For anyone who's new to our turret roof rebuild series, we are going on about day 5 or 6 now, I believe, where they have now redesigned the pitch for the roof. They've insulated it, and now they're putting in the glass blocks that will fill the new height gap so that more light will get let into the turret. This is a very exciting day. I think we're going to see a lot of visual transformation, not just seeing like the functionality built into it, but it's a loud one, definitely. But there's somebody who doesn't seem to mind as usual. Tom is very good at relaxing. After building 3 concrete pillars for the weight of our newly raised roof to sit on, using rebar and wood to help create the shape, once those pillars were dry, the real fun could begin.
These are the pillars that are supporting everything. They've taken the forms off them. They're super solid. You can see the second one over there and the third one over at that end. And now the glass blocks are being put in place. They look really nice. It's going to let so much natural light from outside shine in there. Wow. These are the transoms that are on the master bedroom roof, and the ends of them stuck out into the turret up here, so they had to cut and slice each of these off. They're having to grind through the cement that's been super dried there for years, as well as the rebar that's reinforcing it. That is not an easy cut. Right now above me up there, they're drilling a hole for the ventilation, the fan that will be above the shower so it can extract all the humidity, all the moisture. And so they have to make a large hole coming out of right above that window from the turret tower. I mean, just the amount of pounding and hammering and chiseling and grinding. You don't see that in America very often because of all the wood used. In the US, it's sticks and twigs glued and fastened together. Lots of braces. Here it's pouring, mixing, lifting, and all those things. Here's what the first blocks look like. They've been put in place. That's nice. What I was just learning as they're making these is that because this whole structure is curved, you can't use the little plastic spacers to sit in between the blocks as they're being set, just like they were made when they're in a line. That keeps the gaps even. So what makes this project even more tricky is it's all got to be set by hand so that the blocks continue the curve and it's symmetrical and even going all the way around around top of a roof. You can see the leca, they pulled the forms off of here, and so that's all highly insulated. And Igor's continuing all the work going around and putting all the, I guess, mortar in between the blocks as it goes, block by block. And afterwards they clean it off and wipe it off to make it look polished and clean, just like these ones. These were just done. It's definitely a very meditational job out here. It's super peaceful this morning out here. Pretty soon that whole space will be filled in too. That's the hole for the ventilation that goes into the bathroom.
Here, the guys are plastering inside the turret, and you can see that they already installed the handles for our brass his and her wall faucets. But don't worry, they covered them so they're protected.
There, that shows the difference of where they've removed the wood, and then you can see the dried leca insulation in the concrete underneath. One of the biggest mysteries right now is how to clean the inside of these blocks when there's such a distance up high. So now that it's sealed off, he'll have to come up from the inside and reach up there and clean them, because there's no way to like reach around from the top. Pretty amazing. Find what you're looking for? Awesome. It's a really windy night tonight, but the moon is bright.
What's going on this morning, Minu? Lots of sounds? We have Drew tightening some bolts, and he just relocated our Starlink satellite. We had it on the ground here since moving from up there. That's where our original camp spot was, for those of you who are new and just joining us today. But now we shouldn't have many obstructions out here. Right, Minu? She doesn't seem too bothered by anything right now. Aw, so relaxed. Sweet girl. And we've got the guys on the roof of the mill. I love that I can watch from inside the camper.
See those little end pieces of wood? They're chopping those off right now. They're doing some of the final touches to the outer circumference of that roof. And there's one of the pieces they just chopped off. You can see they were connected like that, sticking out here. And in order to make the perfectly round roof, they had to cut these little bits off. And there's one kitty, two little kitties, three little kitties. Did you hear them cutting with the chainsaw?
I did, in between the violent wind gusts. It's been like 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts or something crazy.
Yeah, what's crazy is like on these eucalyptus, you can hear it coming in waves. So you hear it in the distance and then it just like rolls up on us.
Yeah, and then the kitties all hide behind the cement mixer.
Your yoga teacher, Andrea's giving you a nice little morning sesh.
She's been saying that all of her neighbors have been cutting down trees. So I was like, is the chainsaw in my audio of her background or is it here?
And she's in Northern California, right?
Yeah, she's in Santa Cruz.
Yeah, very cool.
Here comes Vinu.
They were cutting off the little knobs on the edge of the turret up there to prevent there from being any exposed wood. That way, once they cover it all up with the cement and the concrete and any of the ceramic tiles, no wood will be exposed for fire purposes.
I love it. It's wonderful. That's what I like to hear. Even if it is a chainsaw. Music to my ears.
Hi, baby.
Hi, kitty. Oh, I love this. I love kitty yoga.
They love being on your mat with you.
They do.
Acima como cogumelo.
Cogumelo? Yeah.
É perfeito.
Big cogumelo.
A big mushroom. Não. Ah, só cortar. Sim.
Aqui depois massa.
Ok, tá bom. You just gotta knock on the door. Wow, look at that scorpion.
Oh my gosh, it's
Yeah.
Oh, look at that thing.
He has like pinch.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's little.
We don't have any
Goodness.
poisonous
Yeah,
things here, but we do have those.
Okay.
All scorpions put aside, something else that takes just the right formula to get things right is mascara, because no one wants to look like they have clumpy tar on their eyelids. And for me, mascara might be the only makeup that I wear. I just love how it really brightens the eyes. But number one for me is that it has to be all natural ingredients, cruelty-free, pH balanced, hypoallergenic, all of the above, because I tend to be very sensitive and our eyes are very important, which is why I love Prime Lash by Prime Prometics, the sponsor of today's episode. I don't have any mascara on. Let's put 2 coats of classic black on my left eye here. They have also perfected a wand that gets to even your tiniest lashes. And what is also amazing about this formula that is like no clumps and it lifts and really thickens the lashes is that it also promotes a natural growth. I'd say that's about 2 coats right there on the bottom. There. So, what do we think here? Left eye's got my Prime Lash, right eye, none. Can you tell the difference? And Prime Lash comes in 3 colors. Black, like we just saw, brown, and navy blue. Let's put some navy blue for some fun on the right eye. I just love the way this mascara looks and feels, and using our code ADVENTURE10 at the link below, or you can scan the QR code on the screen here, they are offering our audience 10% off. Now let's get back to the roof where the first tiles are being added.
So now that they've got all the tar paper up on the roof, it's looking very complete up here. And they just took a trip to the stores, got the ceramic tiles they'll be using. These are like the half moon ones that they'll go top and bottom with. and interconnect them in this beautiful design that'll cover the entire turret. They said they're going to take a little break, think about how they're going to set all these. This is where the geometry comes into play. There's a lot of thinking, a lot of cutting, and a lot of setting, especially on a round roof like this. You can see they're cutting the tiles over here. You can see all the red dust from the ceramic flying. The first tiles have been set.
Hello, my dear friends. How are you today?
Ah, un sentando.
Ta ta ta. Ciao ciao. Ciao Zinho.
Ciao, ciao, Bella.
Ciao ciao Bella.
Special service. 007.
A to be. It's a beautiful day. Yeah. We need.
Preparing the wetness for being able to put masa.
I настала і година.
Pretty crazy and cool to see how they used simple things like a nail and some string with threaded bar tied to the end to help weigh it down to set and mark the precisely measured lines that they would be using as guides for where to place the tiles, which were each hand cut and put into place. This was actually the first time that they ever did a round roof, but we think that they did a pretty freaking stellar job. But we'll let you wait till the end of the episode to decide.
You can see how this is a lot of work because they have to cut each ceramic in little fine pizza slices. Yes, we relate everything to pizza slices around here because you guys know we love our pizza. So they finished the first line up here. It's going to set the pattern for what's going to be the next line, and they're going to continue using strings as they move around the circle this way, all the way around. I was just saying I really like these, that they're weighted and that they just like hold the strings in place with extra offcuts of that steel that was around.
This is what it takes to cut one tile. No fast forwarding, no other way around it. And by the end, our roof required 700 of them, all hand cut. And remember, this was the first round roof they had ever done.
Your Johnny likes power tools too.
Yes! I'm very strong.
Dois caca.
Uma caca. Dois macaca.
Евгений, Эл и Дрю.
Macaca, dois macaca. Bora.
No pessoas there.
Рівно.
Ще. Але щось воно це, ну ладно, то так і має бути. Це не ж.
Beautiful. Since we've been living down there, we don't always get the angle of the house coming back down the road that often. But I can tell you it's looking super up here on top of the roof right now as they complete what is the cherry on top. It's taking so much cutting. Wow, just look at those lines. Super symmetrical, super straight. One more time.
One more time, massa all day, massa all day. With the rap, with the massa all day, massa all day, massa every day, massa every day. Massa every day, massa all day, massa every day, massa all day. Massa every day, massa every day. Yeah, massa, massa, massa. Massa every day. Oh yeah.
They're making the last mix of the batch of what is holding down the ceramic tiles on the rooftop today as they continue finishing and getting all the way around that circle top.
That has not been easy. This is day 4.
Yeah, it's been a lot of cutting, a lot of placing, a lot of alignment.
You like it's nice.
I love it.
Yeah, okay.
Agora nos casa é tua casa também.
Eating with your casa, sleeping with your casa, yeah, it's true.
The
No.
first person to sleep, dormir in dentro.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Look at all of those discard cuts.
That is a lot of work.
Did I lose you in the fig bush? Yesterday, Yojani was down there and he had things in his hand and he needed to help up. And I grabbed his hand and like we muscled, but like I didn't have my weight back enough and we were like teetering, like
What happened?
starting to fall back. And then I somehow pulled it and it was like a really long stall. And Igor's just sitting up there like big eyes looking at both of us. And we looked at each other when I got Yojani up here and gave each other like the biggest high five, like, thank you, bro.
you
You
did
didn't
it."
drop me. It's like crossing our moat.
Wow. That looks beautiful. Amazing. Can't wait to see it done.
All right, I want to come in here and give you guys a look at what the new glass blocks look like from the inside underneath. It lets in so much natural light. It's a really stunning effect. It's just such beautiful woodwork we didn't want to lose in our build. We still have to come through here and put an entire layer of render through there. Can you imagine working up here? The detail to just make sure it's boxed in properly. Looks really nice.
Hi, Tom. You coming to say hi? Hi. Tom's so sweet. Such a good boy. Aren't you? Yeah. So the guys have taken a few days off from the roof works, and in the meantime, we got a delivery from Fab Hab for some carpets for inside the mill. Look at how good that looks. We're gonna store them in the back container over here since we won't be putting any carpets inside the mill, at least not in the near future. This one's like charcoal and white. It's like a nice natural kind of material. Oh, those are gonna look so good inside one day.
This is called the King's Coat rug.
Oh.
And this one's called the Ashbury.
This one is like large enough, I think, to cover the entire theater floor. Wow.
How long it is. It's gonna be a beaut once we got her in place.
It's like a giant sausage.
looking really good up here. They finished putting all the tiles on the roof, and now they're filling in with the mortar around each one of the spaces, the channels of the tiles, and completing it to have a really nice finish. They put this initial bit in just to hold the tiles together, and they're going back through and filling it in just like that all the way through the channel. It looks really nice. See, this is how it looks. This is the very traditional way of doing tiles here in Portugal. Looks so nice. And as you can see, all the way up the channel.
This is one of the most famous cakes in our region. It dates back to the medieval times. And basically it was a cake that was enjoyed in the fields, usually in the month of May. It's also called the cake of May, but it's made using honey, brandy, like the brandy that's made in the region, coffee, olive oil, lemon zest. What else was there? Oh, did I say honey? Very excited to share this with them. Although it was enjoyed in the fields by the farm workers, it was also shared with visitors. Oh, and they always tried each other's bolo de tachos to see who made the best one, because every family has their own little recipe, you know.
Yeah.
How high you are?
Okay, I know.
They were just saying how high this is up here.
Oh! Oba!
Up home.
Okay. Go home. I go home.
Boa noite.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Adios. Hasta luego. This definitely is the most difficult section of the roof to work on because there's no easy way of getting to it. They're gonna have to relocate, I'm assuming, the scaffolding to the other side, because the way to get to that, they were joking that two of the guys could hold the ankles of him and just let him hang off the edge and finish in the mortar, the masa, finish that plastering work. But as you can see, getting it filled in is quite a tedious job, but it's gonna look absolutely amazing. Not that it already doesn't look amazing, but it'll just add that completed look. The guys are back this afternoon, and you can see they're finishing the mortar work up there. One of the final layers up here. You can see here all of the masa, all of the concrete, all the mortar that's been wiped through very carefully with the sponge. You can see the dry ones that have been sitting here for a few days, and this is the ones that they've been working on all afternoon. It's pretty windy here. Just feel it's blowing around. You guys like my haircut? More aerodynamic now. Let's let those guys stay focused. They're doing a great job.
Today is a different kind of day here on our land. We have some gray clouds gathering. Sun is in the forecast. On the forecast?
Sun?
Oh, rain. Rain is in the forecast. And that means that the spots in our old roof here, not the ones that they've built, but the original roof, we've had like 3 leaking problems. And so the guys are back today. They took about a week off since working on the turret. They had another project nearby, but they're back because this is crucial. We can't have these leaks happening because they've already put the drywall over everywhere inside of the mill. So these leaks could cause some huge problems. So they are not finishing the turret roof just yet. Instead, they have focused their energy and attention on problem solving.
It's been dry here for the last several months, and so with so much rain coming in the months ahead, this is a big thing that has to be solved and taken care of, or we might just be swimming in the house.
I don't know, we'll have like soggy ceiling.
Yeah, nobody wants soggy ceilings.
No, but that's not the only leak. There's like a other leak that I don't know how to explain, like in the ground.
We'll go show you guys.
Yeah. I also want to point out that we have wood underneath these tarps for a top secret project coming up in the upcoming episodes. We're very excited about that one. And over here, these are, I think they're marmoladas, and you're supposed to make jams with them. If you have ever cooked with or made things with these fruits here, let me know. So then I can maybe start some experimenting. Tudo bem? Cortar cabelo?
Yeah.
Ah, mais fácil. Olá.
You can see they've been patching up the hole that's right here at the edge of the roof up here. They put a couple more bricks in, a bunch of mortar.
Closer look at some other patch jobs.
Yeah, there were several tiles in here that had actually been broken from doing this project and walking back and forth. And especially when we moved the entire rooftop over here, a couple had broken.
Oh.
So those are fixed.
And this has been a big problem corner. This is what we can see from down below.
Yeah, that was a gaping hole.
Whoa.
And inside the bricks, there were like the waffle openings that were just basically funnels for water to get into the inner membrane of the roof.
I think they just like smushed some concrete in there for the beginning effects. Hopefully. That's just one of those things that the previous owners of the mill didn't have time to get to because they were asked to stop working on the mill for various reasons. If you haven't seen, you know, this episode, that'll explain some stuff.
Plus there was a fire in this area as well.
Yeah, there was a lot. But anywho, we're here to help finish their vision, finish the dream, realize the dream.
Realize our dream.
Yeah. It's amazing how one person's dream can become another's. You know, it's a beautiful thing. But this isn't so beautiful because this is the hard to explain ground leaking problem.
So if you guys remember, we put in a massive cement box. Nelson lowered it in place here, but it seems to have had a crack and water is seeping up from the soil. And I've actually sponged it out. This is my handy little contraption right here. The pool broom with a sponge.
We also tried using this fan.
I don't want to get down in there physically. We definitely need to get this resolved. I can already say it's pretty nasty squeezing out this sponge just from normal rainwater and like groundwater.
Ew, you're touching it with the hand? Oh, no, no.
Can you imagine if this
No.
was septic water?
No.
Like,
oh, no, no more. I can't.
How empty.
Sorry, guys. Nobody wants to imagine that. So,
I hope we don't have to tear this box out of here.
I know, and put in a new one. They did such a nice job.
I know.
So fingers crossed, say your prayers that this can all get patched up to be continued.
And with that said, guys, we're gonna leave you with the final touches to the roof to be continued.
Yes.
This problem to be solved. We know this is quite the cliffhanger, but stick around, subscribe if you haven't.
Yep, you're along for the adventure with us, so.
Thanks for joining us for anher episode, and we'll see you next one.
We love you.
You guys are the best.
Bye. This is a behind the scenes. How we got the shot. Ew, look at that sponge. The things we do.
Hey, babe.
Hi. Ew, no! It's like mistletoe, but the opposite effect. Although, in other news, look at how glorious the morning glories are. You know, even after such a dry summer. The water's flowing. It's about to be raging with a little bit of rain. something pretty to end on after all that spongeness.